All right, if you watch this in the replay, because I honestly don't know how long this is going to just to do, give me a quick check-in. Let me know how you're doing. How are you faring in your city? Are you all right? Um, Mentally, physically, emotionally, those things. I am concerned um, because it's rough out here in these streets. So I just wanted to do a quick check-in just to see how my people are doing. I know, you know, I'm not a mental health expert. I'm not any of those things. I'm not here to you know, tell you what needs to be done. Hey, Lisa, how are you? I'm not here to tell you all how to feel, how to react. Just want to see where everybody is because, you know, hey, in essence, um, we've already been dealing with a very stressful time in the world. And then, hey, patience, hi, Elise. And then we have now added on this, and it has compounded it here in America. This isn't, so just want to make sure, and I'm not here to tell anybody how they should feel. I'm not saying that anybody's stress or feelings about it are less. And I don't ever want anybody to feel that way, because we have to get past this point of trying to say our pain is more than your pain. Right now, this is rough out here. And honor people's pain and where they sit, and also understand that it's a lot going on. I'm in Chicago on the south side, and yeah, it's a lot going on here. It's a lot, and and it's like overwhelming. This. I mean, we've already, worked ourselves into, being okay and handling the shelter in place, coronavirus, and then now we have steeped on rioting and looting and um, I didn't even watch him because I knew he was gonna say something stupid and ridiculous. So listening to him is like listening to Fox News. I mean, come on now. So anything the man up there says, we just go ignore him because it is not said from a space of fixing it, uniting the country. It's not said for any of those things. So we're not going. Mm-mm. But I will say that uh, I look at it from an historical standpoint, and that's what's really made me sad, is because I know that by tearing up our neighborhoods, hey Tammy, they're gonna take decades to fix. And you have all these people who really don't understand what we've done, what's being done. And, of course, in the moments, hi Imelda, how are you? In these moments, none of them understand because many of them have not been told, taught, seen anything like that. What this does, you know, their vision is in the here and now. It is short term. It does not have any far reaching thought processes. I get it. And so we're going to sit here and we're going to, I just wanted to check in, and see how everybody's dealing because it's not just one space, it's all over. There's pockets of this all over. And yes, there are people who are inciting it who haven't, but many people have made these choices. And hi, Diana. And we have to be honest with ourselves. People are making a conscious choice to do the things they're doing. No one forces you to do what you're doing. And I don't want to hear any excuses for bad behavior. And I'm a black person. You're not going to tell me that this anger, is forcing these people to do what they're doing to our community right now. No, no, it's called, we don't, there's so many that just ain't thinking it through, that just don't have any thought process or any empathy or any sympathy for the next person. And so they think they come, they're on the come up. And what they're gonna do is they're gonna destroy these communities and wonder why we can't get nothing done. Hi, Jenny T. Welcome, welcome. I didn't want to get on here, but here is what I'm gonna say, and I'm not gonna say names or anything, but I watched something yesterday. Was it yesterday? Um, just for clarity, dear white people, do not make this about you. Do not make this about you because it ain't about you. And don't say things about what's going on and then get tearful and make it very much about you. Be in the moment and be supportive and be those things, but don't make it about you. Don't make it a cry fest about how you're feeling, how you're in your feelings, because you really don't know you really cannot understand the depth of the anxiety that some of us are feeling. And that's for anybody who's in these places, these spaces, because this ain't just black folks who are dealing with this, in cities that are dealing with this. So if you are not being affected on the level that many of us are, then don't make it about you. Right now, oh shit, I'm sitting in my house. I don't want to leave. I haven't left all day. We are here, and you hear last night there, all day today there was helicopters overhead. Um, 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 it's not only just hurt, but it's the anxiety because it's my neighborhood. I'm watching them tear up shit in my neighborhood, and whether whoever owns it, whatever the excuse is, you tearing up the neighborhood, and it ain't gonna come back tomorrow or the next day and things like that. So I'm looking at the things that are happening. I'm looking at it like, we are on. Look, Chicago. We don't even have right now. There's no public transportation. Public transportation has been shut down all night from 9:30 to 6 a.m. There's no public transportation. We are on a curfew. A curfew. Whole city is on a curfew. I've never experienced this. I've never experienced where, we on a curfew. The streets are shut down. You can't get through street. You can't get on the express Lakeshore Drive. You can't go to see. It's blocked off. You can't go past a certain point. The highways, they're blocking off certain parts of the highways. This is serious, and you're right. So if you are living in this, whatever color you are, whatever whatever ethnicity, whatever race you are, this is stressful. We're hearing sirens all day long, sirens back and forth. I live by a major street, so I'm hearing sirens all day long. Yeah, last night there were sirens right out here for they were just outside, and you like going, what's going on? Should I turn off all the lights? Because the young people are looking at it like this is some kind of movie, like it's The Purge. Um, that was a movie, and in that movie there was an end result, and it was a conclusion. You know, so to think this, so it's like a game to some of them, and they think it's funny, and they don't see they won't see the ramifications of everything that has happened until it's all over. Um, so it's just like, wow, yeah. So so we sit here in this space, and I'm like I said, we already, hey, Hey, V. Um, we already had so much going on. Um, that was Lisa who said about her daughter. Uh, yeah, it's gonna be a long process, and it's like they came through there like right. Hey, Kate. I mean, and Kate, how are you doing in Minnesota? Kate, aren't you in the suburbs of Minneapolis? Yeah. See, Chicago is on a straight lockdown. It's a curfew all over. And I'm glad that y'all didn't, Kelly, because this is insane what's going on. Yep. Yeah. The hell is on? I'm trying. So I so I was trying to keep my mind off of the things that are going on. Um, right. Exactly. Um, and people are saying, "Oh, it's because they miss it." Listen, um, if things were just regular, they the same thing could have happened. We can't blame it on the fact that we've been cooped up in the house. No, no, let's not say that. The same thing would have happened if that had happened and it had kicked off like that. You know, right? Because protesting is fine. It's the rest of the stuff, and they ain't even protesting. Listen, ain't no protest in Chicago. Ain't no protest in Chicago. It's we just gonna riot and we just gonna loot. I mean, what what started Sunday? I mean, Saturday was bad enough, when they was protesting and they did all that. But yeah, it was it was, and whether we had been stuck in the house or not, this could have. We can't say what would have happened. It just so happens this is the place we were. Um, And so that's the excuse people are using. That's the excuse that is being given out. But there are no excuses for this type of behavior. I don't want to hear about they're angry, they're this, they're that. Um, I don't want to hear about that. The reality is that you making a choice to do that. Hell, I'm angry about what happened, but I ain't going out there trying to like snatch shit, and just using this as an opportunity to take things that that I didn't need or didn't. I mean, like y'all done ransacked all the liquor stores. Y'all ransacked all of the liquor stores. All the liquor stores. I mean, grocery stores have been looted. Everybody got their gym shoes and clothes and stuff. Um, it's just a mess. It's just a mess. And it's all this unemployment. It's not gonna change the unemployment. And so you stole all this stuff. And now what's gonna happen? That's where it is. Yeah, that now what's gonna happen? Now you did all this. Now what's gonna happen? Is it gonna change your life for the better? Absolutely not. You're gonna have a couple of dollars in your pocket because you might have sell some stuff to somebody, which I ain't had none of this shit. Um, You might have, you could do that for a hot minute. And I mean, things are being said, and in these situations, people say things. Well, let me see. Oh, they broke off downtown a little bit. They did, they did some damage downtown. But what they really did was they tore up Walmart's, um, the I think Jewels, the food stores, and here's the interesting thing about it: they still going out here trying to find more to do. It was still happening today, where people were just out trying to find. Um, no, peaceful hasn't. Okay, let me say this, and let me say this real, Kate, and we have to stop putting that out there. Peaceful did change things. The civil rights era was peaceful and they did change things. But what they did was they had a plan, they had leadership. Hi, JLG. Yeah, but we've never done anything correctly in those 30 years. We haven't had a coalition. We don't do anything prolonged, extended in order to make something happen. So no, the protests don't work because all it is a protest about this, and then we go about our merry way. Look at what when a change is affected, it ain't overnight. See, what we want overnight change. When it has to be sustained and for long enough to make that change happen, we got to stop making those statements and take and be real about who we are, what has been going on. The reality is that we have not gotten together. No, it's not just Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King was one man. It was a group. Southern Leadership Coalition was the ones behind it, and they masterminded. So it was a group that masterminded. He was the face of it, but he was not the only person. And so that's the thing. And everybody, and we need, and until we can get something, and the reason why it worked is because everybody was okay with him being the face, because you need a face. But everybody wants to be the hero now. Um, so that's why this is happening the way it is. Don't ever peaceful protests do work, but they have to be sustained. It has to be sustained. It has to be a plan of action behind it. You can have these protests, and then you can say we're going to do this, and this is how we're going to keep doing it, and this is how we're going to do it. We're gonna hit this. We're gonna do that. That's how they did it. I want us even. We should never say those things, because by saying that we belittle the civil rights era. Peaceful protests did get us where we are now, got us someplace. It starts locally, but we also need to have plans in order. See, we gotta vote, and we also have to. Hi, Michelle, but we also have to have plans. Economic. Listen, the real deal is that when you touch people's pockets, they will listen. So you gotta vote. You gotta vote people in who are on the same accord. And if they don't, and if they aren't, then you vote them out. And then you have to then also back it up. Right. Exactly. And then that just justifies everything they're saying. So now we see, but here's what I'm gonna say. July 7th is a blackout day, and that doesn't do anything, patience. See, here's the problem that comes up. We talk about blackout days, right? Those don't work because that's just a blip on one day. You have to do sustained things. The way that things changed was boycotting for extended times, which means that you have to be willing to give up something for a sustained amount of time. Because we can say we're not going to buy something for one day, and guess what? The next day you're going to turn around and buy something. So it doesn't hurt the economy. It doesn't hurt the economy. It really does not. It's just, oh, okay, they didn't buy some shit that day. Ooh. So what? See, what changed the face of things during that time was sustained boycotts. Not just this, oh, we're going to make a statement in one day. No. No, now if you say every month we're gonna stop shopping, we're gonna stop shopping at this place once a month, because that doesn't make. Listen, I'm talking from a business standpoint. A blackout, they don't do a damn thing. That's absolutely nothing, because the money, what you lose in that day, you're gonna get back because people are gonna go on and go shopping and do the other things, and it will be made up on those days afterwards or before. So it doesn't do anything. It only does something is if you say, um, if you say we are going to boycott this and we're going to do it for this amount of, and we're going to keep doing it until our voices are heard, until there's some change affected. See, that's what it takes. It doesn't take this. This does not do it. And just like protesting has to be in combination with other things. Yes, they marched, but there were other things being put in place. Um, right, exactly. The YouTube nobody that becomes a bitch afterwards. It's all the same. So we have to be prepared to sacrifice something. No one wants to sacrifice. And listen, I'm not here to say that I'm this person who's big on all that stuff. But no one will sacrifice anything for any long-term periods. For H&M. Yes. Yes. H&M. When they did that cutest little monkey in the jungle and put that black boy in it, I ain't walked into an H&M since. Now, people said they was all in their feelings, but they're still going to shop at H&M. Now, see, here's how you could affect change. If people of color just said no more, I'm not shopping with you, because how incredibly irresponsible and just, I can't even think of the word. It's just so crass for you to do something like this and then say, "Oh, we didn't get it." You put a little black boy in a shirt that said right, right, and Gucci and everything. Everybody, but people are still buying those things, right? So, right, exactly. I don't fuck with Chick-fil-A because of that. Let's talk Coachella. Coachella is a prime example of it. This man has put out horrible statements about the LGBTQ community, and yet who's out there dancing at Coachella and putting money in that man's pocket every year? So if we cannot sustain and say no, you're not going, because when you do affect people, when you do affect the economy, things will change. If we as black people stopped shopping at H&M, I trust me, it would have made a difference, and it wouldn't have been like, oops, we sorry. It would have affected more change, because then you can come to the table and say, now this is what y'all need to be doing. Because until you all come with some inclusivity, with diversity, with equality, and think about these things before you do them, you ain't getting you ain't getting our money back. Right, exactly. No one wants to sacrifice. So we can so let me say this. So we can't expect any changes because we're not willing to sacrifice enough for any type of change. We're not. And so this stuff will continue to happen because it's going to be these moments, and oh, we're going to blow up to make a stick to be a spectacle. This is a spectacle. A spectacle. This ain't real life. This ain't gonna do, but what it is gonna do, right? But what it's going to do is destroy these communities. Yeah, yeah. Cancel culture is about, oh, we're canceling you for now and that's it. And honestly, I don't really talk about, like, okay, y'all know I don't do Jeffree Star. Y'all know certain companies I just don't fuck with. But I don't put this out, like, I don't keep saying it over and over again, but I do stand by certain things. This has been the reality of the last 2 days. just all day. Um, but I do stand by certain things. Like I said, I don't go to H&M. I ain't buying Bakari shit from H&M. It does not. Okay, let me say this. It isn't the ingrained racism in the police force, it's the ingrained racism of some of the people in the police force. And we have to stop putting it as in the police force. I have friends who are police officers. They put themselves on the line for us. And it's wrong of us to make this a sweeping statement about policemen and say the ingrained racism of the police, of people in the police force. That's the ingrained racism. It's, you know, that's the ingrained racism. Let's just be honest. There's ingrained racism across the board, everywhere. So it's about affecting change on that level. But here's the thing, if we can't affect change, if we can't sustain what we're asking for and push for the things that are necessary, that's what we can't do. And that's the problem. And I'm not here to like say anything, but it's like those are the things that we have to be honest with ourselves. It's not every police officer is choking out people. Not every police officer is a horrible person and is racist. It's racist people in every motherfucking place you go. Everything you do. There's going to be some racist people. It just is what it is. Um, However, yes, they do have power. So what we need to be able to do is keep up with those things and call them on it and push as in the public to say what's going on with these people, to see their records and say, why is this person still on here? Clearly there's a problem. There should be something like that, but we cannot get that in place if we do not sustain the things that are necessary, which is to say, which is to say, we got to vote. We have to push to have, some civilian oversight. We need to be able to see top records to see, if there is a history of this type of behavior, then it needs to be addressed. Things like that. Those are the things that needs to be put in place. But to say this ingrained racism, honey, it's ingrained racism everywhere, in every institution, in any country you go into. This is humanity. And I'm just being honest, there is racism everywhere. You know? Yeah, exactly, Kelly. So I think that, so I didn't, getting on here, I didn't want to get on here and just be like, oh, but those are the things that, and maybe if we start saying those things, yeah, okay. But yes, police are killing us, and that's my point. If, let's just be honest, it ain't just police killing us. It ain't just, what I'm saying. It's a whole lot going on. But what I'm saying is, okay, let's just be honest about this. That once again, it's not about the ingrained racism of the institution, but the ingrained racism of individuals within the institution. And that's why I'm saying that at some point, if in order to affect this change, we have got to stay sustained to say we need to be able to see this. If these people are doing this, then there needs to be accountability. And we need to push for that kind of accountability all the time, not just in the moment. See, we don't push for accountability until these moments come up. We don't sit down in these cities, in Chicago, and really push for, there is, yes, exactly. So until we can sit down and push for that accountability fact portion, this will continue to happen because right now we're upset. But like I said, the thing, hey Melissa, but we're upset. But we're not upset enough to continue to push for what needs to be done in order to make this shit stop. Right. And not only that, but when, and there should be that. Yeah, we have to agree it's unacceptable and push to see those things stopped and push to, right, exactly, Jenny T. That's it. So those are the things that, so now that we're sitting in this position, um, when all this is happening, then we need to say, okay, now going forward, what should be the push? And that's the thing. That's the problem, is that we don't have. There's no agenda in place in reference to this. We are react. This is a reaction. Um, yeah, that's what we're talking about, Melissa. There's this is just a reaction in a moment without without it happen. Now, is it a so with the momentum of these protests, then we have to start. And where does it start? With all these people who are trying to be seen as leaders, they need to come together instead of everybody trying to be their own little leader. Like I said, during the civil rights era, everybody came together and they allowed that face to be Martin Luther King. They decided he was the face of Southern Leadership Coalition and they backed him. No, he's not a leader at all. But okay, but we've all established this. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. Everybody has to go out and vote. Everybody. I swear to God, if the Hellcats, Kali and Malachi were on the ballot, we need to vote. We need to vote. Everybody. And all this talk about whatever, I don't care what Biden has ever done. I don't care about Biden. I don't care. Biden will not be this. Will not. Hey, I'm okay with Pritzker. Pritzker doing his thing here. Biden, we need to make sure that everybody in every state votes to make sure that this man is not our president anymore. He is besides the fact that the racist shit, he's just ineffectual. Right. He's an ineffectual. Now I ain't gonna lie, I'm loving them protests at the White House. Power to the people on that one. I ain't gonna lie. I'm loving how Twitter came at him, like, fact checking him and taking down his tweets on the crazy shit he says. Oh, he can't stand. He don't like him, and he don't like Lightfoot. Let me say, Lightfoot ain't the best thing popping, but I ain't mad at her because she don't give a fuck. When she said, "What I got to say with you starts with an F and ends with a U." Right, right. I mean, I'm being honest. I don't care what you got to say about Biden right now. He's the only thing we got. And if we don't, and, so we need to understand that. She said, I got something to say to you. It begins with an F, it ends with a U. I said, this bitch. She might be one term, but she the best one term we ever had. Right? Right. So everybody needs to get out there and vote. And I don't care if you didn't like Biden, if you don't agree with him. Listen, 4 years of Biden will be just, I mean, he could just sit there and do absolutely nothing and I'd be happy. Yeah, right. You got to vote. You have to be part of the system. You got to look at judges' records before. I got to say I'm like remiss with this. We have to look at the judges' records and see how they, how they, do their judicial shit. We have to be willing to put ourselves out there and look at things too. Have somebody, because he ain't no president, inciting more violence instead of stepping in and being the leader of your country and trying to calm this shit down, you know, instead of, trying to calm the shit down. No, he's sitting up here saying shit to keep it going. Because what he thinks is that he's going to win based on, look at what happened. And then people, he's going to listen. At the end of the day, yeah, he's pouring gas on the fire. So it's just, so what should we do? We should look at our, like Kelly said, we need to be looking at the records of the people that we vote in and make sure they are representing the things that we want to, right? We need to make sure that we can't let, you know man, yeah, them White House protests was lit. I ain't gonna lie, that was like power to the people, weren't you? I'm loving them. Okay, I'm loving them. I'm loving them. I'm loving them. Um, but yeah, I think that we need to look at it like that. We need to like look at who represents us, and not do they represent us well, and be willing to look at people and move them out. They ain't got to stay there forever. Right, city council, right. And that's the thing. People go out for the major ones, but they do not do local elections. And that's what's killing people. It's not, besides his crazy ass, it's the local elections that kill people. Because you're letting people just be in office that are terrible people, because people are too lazy to vote on local elections. So how about that? Press for people to really look at it, see who they're voting for, who's representing them. See, I vote all elections, but I come from families that do. Hey, Jenny. Yeah, right. So if you're not voting locally and looking at things from a local perspective, then those things will continue to happen. And that's what people got to be honest about. Those things will continue to happen because we don't vote on the local level. We don't. If you vote, you're voting at the major elections, but you're not voting on your local level, which affects you more every day than they do. Yes, it's good to have a great president and all that stuff, but locally is what makes these things happen. Is when we allow these people locally to run shit. And we have to be honest and look at who they are and say, whoa, 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 and vote and make it known. You ain't, no, we getting you out. And until we as people are willing to do that, and here's the thing. Hey Joshua, we haven't seen you in so long. How are you? And here's what they need to, and so that's what needs to be done first. We need to look at the local governments and try to get them, because you clean up your local governments, it's a snowball effect. You know, it's a snowball effect. Right. Exactly. Because Newsom, yeah, he can't stand y'all either. Yeah. But you know what? We have to look at that, and hopefully by doing that, you can get better candidates, because now we looking at these crappy ass candidates and calling them out. People are so quick. People are so quick to discount those things. Hell, we sit on Facebook all day talking about stuff like that. We need to be talking about, hey, this person ain't really for us, or this person is not doing their job. Why are they still there? That's the things that need to be broadcast all over social media. You know, those are the things that need to be broadcasted while we broadcasting everything else. Yeah, yeah. So those, I mean, and I'm not anybody. I'm not a leader. I'm not out here trying to be on CNN or anything like that. That's not who I am. I'm just a chick with a. Oh, what did I just put on the face? This is a retinol cream by Elizaveta. It is the EGF retinol cream. So I need to start using it at nights again. I'm about to put, is after this soaks in, some Sunday Riley CEO Glow Oil. Because I did, so let's just talk about, right, exactly. So let's, so during this time, um, right, because I ain't going nowhere. I did take the time to like work on my skin today, just on another conversation. Um, because I was like, let me do something, because this is very stressful. I mean, we're stressed out. Just not only were we already in a stressful situation, this is compounded the stress and the anxiety that many of us have been feeling, since March, since this whole forced shelter in place and everything. I mean, tell me what. Right, you know what? And Jenny, I have not been as good on my self care, and I'm going to encourage you all, because to take care of yourself. Um, to take care of yourself. Um, so I'm encouraging that. So what I did was, I did a triple mask today. So I steamed my face, and if you old school people, just get a pot of boiling water, steam my face. Um, right. So I steamed my face, and then I did, hey Julie, haven't seen you in so long. How are you? And then I did a clay mask to pull out the any toxins. And then I did a, what is Vichy? I did like a AHA mask after that, to like really get rid of dead skin. And then I did a sheet mask that I had from Trader Joe's. I did a Trader Joe's sheet mask, and to just like really then put back some hydration and everything. So I stripped my skin, and then I put hydration back in, so it wouldn't be over oily or something like that. So that's why I said I got to get better, and take care of myself, because the stress and anxiety would just be like, I'm just going to sleep, or you just like, whatever, it doesn't matter. Yeah, and so that's what I did. I did like a triple mask to like really take care of my skin, because I haven't been, and I'm sitting in my house, I'm just sitting here. But it's like when you're sitting here, it's just disheartening, some of the stuff that's going on. So I gotta get back. Oh, let me show you how the braids, because remember we got, I got cut off on the braids. So here's the braids, and they're still in my head. Yeah, yeah. So while we're, I implore you, because, and just think about those things, if nothing else, if nothing, see, if nothing else, push and talk about when election times come. Let's just, as a, shut up. That's exact. Michelle, what are you? You and B are like alike. That's the same exact thing B said. It's only been 2 days. Right, exactly. Um, I'm honestly, I logged off my Facebook page. I'm on Messenger talking to people and everything, but I'm not on my Facebook page because it was just overwhelming. I mean, like people, I've watched these lives where people were showing the looting in my city, and so it was taking a lot out of me. So I kind of left it alone. So I'm chilling, and I said, okay, so let's us 37 people here, because 37 can start of 38 can affect some change, which says that as we get closer to our election times, we look at all these candidates and try to make better choices for ourselves and put it out there. If we read up some stuff, let's put it out there, about candidates, um, and be willing to put that information out and really look at who's on our ballots. Look at who's on these things, and be willing to voice our opinions about that and put that information out there. If they have a record that does not um, is not is not what we need. I can't think too well. If it is not what we need, then we need to say that, and we need to be willing to push for the people. Yes, exactly. Because I mean, we got people forever in office that shouldn't be there. Hey, Danny. So while we sit here, and let me say this, and so by doing that, small voices, like they say, the pebble in one pebble will create ripples, right? One pebble will create ripples. So become one of the ripples in your community. Yes, exactly. The good folks, everybody on record, and hold them to those things. And if they're not, be willing to, if somebody wants to step up, be willing to let that person step up and try, and stop holding these positions that really ain't doing much. So let's become the ripples in the water. I like that. Let's become the ripples in the water. And that's how we can help affect change. Because right now we do live in a time, because now we do live in a time where you can affect change. You see, I'm getting some sun. You see, honey coated Lulu. So I just put on some CO glow oil. Yeah, so because we do live in a time where change can be affected in ways that it couldn't years ago. We can affect, because let's just be honest. This shit been going on forever. Um, so we need to be willing to push and speak the words that need to be said. Yeah, I have my own right here, but I'm using this one today because I make my own facial oil. Yes, yes, we do need mail-in options. We need we need all kinds of options. To be honest, they need to work on an online system, with verifications. We can do everything online. Good, good. So let's look at it that way. But in the meantime, let's do some self-care. Let's do some self-care for ourselves. Oh, speaking of argan oil, I need to put some oil underneath my eyes. Um, but also be willing. The bioscience squalane oil is nice. I do like that. So I'm putting some marula and some argan oil. Yeah, exactly. If you can do the census online, you should be able to vote online. And soak in some water. I would say take a walk, but I ain't walking nowhere right now. But do some self-care, do some things that help you let go of some of this anxiety. Yes, and that's another thing. Social media, get off of it. I'll be honest with you. I wasn't going to get online. I wasn't, because I was just like, I didn't want to be part of the conversation and be one of those people who just, I'm using this as an, excuse or whatever to be online. But I thought more about the check-in thing. You convinced and converted. Um, Yeah, so I did this, because I was like, well, we've been checking in throughout the Rona. We need to check in right now. So that's why I came on, because honestly, I really, yeah. So this is argan oil and marula oil, a drop of each. I haven't been doing this. And here's my thing, I don't say any of us post our stances publicly about what's going on right now. That's unnecessary. People are like, you're silent. No, and you don't have to say anything. Change doesn't have to be, I'm gonna talk about it. Yeah, and change doesn't, you don't have to buy into, you don't have to buy into this whole thing that if you don't say anything, you're not right. No, you don't have to be posting all this kind of stuff. Your actions do speak louder than words. And that's what we have to remember. Actions speak louder than words. So put action behind what you feel and what you want to happen. Put action behind it, as opposed to, just talking about it, because that's really where the change comes from, not from words on the screen, but from the actions. Real talk, the protests were part of the actions. um, right. Yeah, and I don't need that. Yeah, the whole attention seeking of it is just, yeah, like I said. I and and if we do them for ourselves and create those thought process within the people that we know, maybe you can make some changes within people, and maybe they'll think a little different. Girl, right. Exactly. Because thank you, because, yeah, I was thinking about our students. But yeah, so we just need to be able to, yes, sign petitions, vote. I mean, the simplest thing you can do is vote with thoughtfulness. Be a thoughtful voter, and vote every time, and be a thoughtful voter when you're voting. That's what we have to be, thoughtful voters when we're voting. I'm just all oiled up now. Let this sink in, and then I'm gonna use this spray. Yes. And see, that sound, and that's good. But and then here's the thing that we have to be willing to say as black people is, it ain't just about us. And we need to be willing to honor the people who um are right there with us and want the change, because the change is necessary for everybody. Uh, I did not yet. Oh, you know what? Because I'm almost done with this. No, I think I might have a whole bottle someplace. You're right. Yes, that would be good. Um, no, I did not find one yet. Hi, Vicky. How are you? How are you? So, yeah, and that is why I almost didn't come online today, because I didn't want to just be somebody, doing the whole, oh, let's talk about it. And I wanted to talk more about honoring where we all stand in this situation. Um, honoring that everybody is feeling trauma from this situation. This is trauma for all of us. Um, this is not about, you know, crying or anything, or, you know, trying to like show these emotions, um, but to say what we need, you know, how we need, you know, just to check in. Yeah. Yes, Tracy, that's true. You got to know what they're doing, you know, about the propositions. You need to be aware of all of these things, and we have to be more aware of things, right? And stay active in the process, because it ain't just about voting people in. You got to see how they're voting, what their voting record is, what they stand for. We need to see what is on the bat. What are the things that are coming up, how they're voting on those things. Do they affect us? Are they good for us as a community? As you know, we have to look at all of that. It's not, and it is necessary. And so that's, if nothing else, let's be those ripples around the people we know. Even if we're not affecting a whole lot of people, but if you affect 5 people, and then those 5 people, it's the exponential of the ripples that make things change. Right. And so it needs, and those are the things that need to happen and talk and be talked about. Yes, hi Violet Indigo, yes. Right. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to get more back into politics. I have like taken a break because it was very depressing. And it can be very depressing, but it's necessary, especially on the local level, you know, to really be around, see what they're doing, call attention to it, go to those meetings if you can, things like that. So that's what we need to be looking at in our own communities. How um, to see what's being said and what's out there, what meetings you need to have your ass at. So we need to make ourselves accountable for those things. So everybody on here, if you can become accountable, become more accountable to those things, and then by doing that, take somebody else, or tell some people about it so that they might decide to come. And there's more, because most of the time when I was going to stuff like that, it wasn't nobody there. And then we wonder why things happen, because nobody's there to question it. And things are getting pushed through that we don't need, because no one's there to really question it. And that, especially when you talk about in any of these areas, small, big, whatever. And so it's about, you know, so we need to be willing. I just really like my braids, y'all. They kind of cute now. Okay, I'm sorry. Time for this watermelon mist. Oh my God, I just misted my whole shirt. Yeah, I gotta get a new mister. This is terrible. Right. Yeah, nowadays a lot of things are online. We need to keep up with what's online. This was like all over here. This is terrible, mister. Doesn't smell that good either. I don't know if it's that good. Yes, the upside of COVID is everything's online. You know, things have been put online more. Look, my chin ain't getting on. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna have to go get. Yeah, I'm gonna have to find. Yes, this is the watermelon facial mist. The mister is terrible, absolutely terrible. Oh, child. Do I have the Ulta watermelon mist? I think I might. That's a good question. Let me go over here. Let me see. Do I have the Ulta water? Did I buy the water? I don't. Maybe I did. Maybe. You know when you buy too much shit and it's like, huh? Maybe I do. I might. I don't think I did. Hold on. I'll be right back. Let me see what I got in here. Okay, I'm gonna pull it out one second. I don't think I did I? What is this? You are right. I was about to say, no, I don't think I have it. You're right. I did have the part made it. Damn it, you know my shit better than me. I forgot I had bought this shit. So I do have this one. We're going to, okay, so I'll see which one is better. I also have this one I haven't used. Have I used this one? I have this CosRx Cooling Aqua Facial Mist. I'm going to have to. And then I got this one. This one I do remember I like. This is the Walgreens Hydrating Facial Mist with cucumber, rose water, and hyaluronic acid. Now I do know I like this one. See, well, you know what's happened? I was trying to use up this one, so because I used up another one, and I'm on a quest to use up stuff, right? So, you know, I should have done that because I got rid of a thing of Fix Plus. I just finished one. Right? Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get this one out. Okay, I'm gonna take this one out because I've been using the Palmer's coconut water facial mist. Love this stuff. Okay, love it, love it, love it. Okay, so I'm gonna take this one out. Oh, I like this one too, but we'll put this one back for now. This is sad. I did not. Oh man, that was. Thank you for reminding me. Thank you for reminding me, Coco. I appreciate you. Well, here's the thing. I am still working on organization. I haven't been feeling well because I actually bought another. You know, have you seen the picture with the pink? I have another one of those, and I have another carousel for perfume. So I'm gonna flanker my little desk area with those. So those will be put away. So I will have a little more organization. The thing is, it's organized. Here's the interesting thing. You see, I knew where they were. I have all my sprays right there. So I know every spray where they're at. I have my setting sprays and my facial sprays right there. So I know where they at. Um you know, speaking of that, she told him she's moving out Friday. Speaking of that. So they might be in July 1st. Oh, it is. It is much better. I'm very pretty organized. It's just so much stuff. Right. So I bought the other carousel. So I'm gonna have carousels on both sides with perfume, and so all the perfume will have a better organization. Yes. Okay. And the reason why, and I know people ask, the reason why I have it like this is because I see everything. When I had drawers, I didn't see everything. Baby, thank you. Hold on, I'm right back. Right, because Lisa was in my old room. Baby, my room was a mess. Be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. Hey, hey, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm back. Thank you so much for waiting. Yeah. Uh, yeah, yeah. So by having it out, I see it more, and so it's easier for me to work with. I apologize, but okay. So some people know, but my anemia has flared up kind of bad. Um, yes, I've seen those. Yeah, those glass organizers. I have seen those. I've been eyeing them. Um, I saw a whole system, but it's in Australia that I wanted for my palettes, but I don't know if these are, if a palette organizer that you put on top. It's really big, beautiful, but I think it's a little too wide for my shelving, so I can't get it. But it was like everything that I wanted, and I can't remember the company name. Um, it's an Australian company too, but they do like really really nice acrylic pieces. Um, and they had a really nice one for like palettes that's just gorgeous, but I think it's a little too wide for my space, so I gotta figure that out. Okay, so yeah, so what happens was, yeah, maybe it is. So my feet have swollen up really bad, and I can always, it was starting to happen, but I thought I was getting control of it, but I didn't really well. And I know part of it is the stress and anxiety, and it's affecting my body. Um, and I and it is it makes it hard for me to breathe sometimes because my body, heart is working and everything. So I had almost an episode. I freaked poor Brandon out yesterday. Oh my god, I freaked him out. Um, so I freaked him out kind of a bit. So I'm taking high levels of iron right now, and I got my smoothie and stuff. But I did freak him out. Oh my god, he freaked me. So I went grocery shopping yesterday. Okay, let me tell y'all. I luckily, y'all know I'm an early bird. Y'all know I get up early in the morning. So luckily, I went grocery shopping because it was like B is back at work, so she works the weekends. I she works the weekends, and she's working the weekends now. So I had to go to the grocery store by myself so Brandon could stay. Oh man, I am Karen. So I was out at like 7:30, right? So I go out at 7:30, and so then I did the grocery shopping. B supplements with formula because Bakari eats a lot. So Bakari, we were out of formula, because that's backup. Formula is backup for him. So I stopped and got a couple of bottles of formula for him, and then I came home. Um, I should have known. What happens is that it wears me out, really truly wears me out. So I'm trying. I was struggling up the steps, and I finally made it up the steps, and I was trying to, and I could not breathe. So I just freaked out for a minute because that doesn't happen too often. So I was trying to breathe, and it was just kind of bad, and it freaked Brandon out. B's used to it; she know what to do, but Brandon was like, so. And what's interesting is like, and this is what God looks out for you sometimes. Um, I was on my way. I wasn't coming straight home. I was on my way to. No, it's not about that. It's not about my asthma or anything. It's just that when it's happening, I don't have any blood, so it's laboring. Right. It's not about my asthma or anything. It's just that it was it was just it took a lot out of me to come up them steps. It really did, and it was like I was struggling up the steps, and that's what happens because my heart when it's like really bad. It's like I don't have enough, but my heart, I'm pumping harder because there's not that much blood, so it's trying to circulate it. I know. I'm not gonna let. I'm going to sleep. Um, But you know what? It happened so quickly. Normally I can catch it, but it just, I think, like I said, I think it was the stress, and I really wasn't noticing, because normally I notice things quicker, and I address it faster. This time it just kind of like, I thought it was, I was okay. We were going out walking and stuff, and so yeah, it kind of freaked him out. So, but anyway, I was on my way to Lowe's on 83rd to go get me some um, potting soil and some big pots, because I need to repot a few more things. Uh, I know, I gotta maintain. Yeah, I know, and there's those times when good night, good night. Thank you. And so and I have been working on maintaining. Here's the thing, I've been doing good. It's just got away from me. Just being honest, it did really get away from me. And you have to understand, like, it really is like, it's like, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. Good meeting you. Um, it's just like sometimes. So that's what I had already said to myself. I'm going to get one of those organizers to make sure I take them all the time, make sure I'm getting all my iron in. Because I've been really good most of the time since I've been home. Since we've been home, I've been taking all my supplements. I've been taking my vitamin C. I've been taking elderberry. I get all my stuff in. But it was just like, I think, a few days I was off, and with the way, clearly I was not taking into account how this has affected me physically, that it just got out of whack real quick. This was less than a week to me to be at that point. It was like, whoa, what the fuck just happened? you know um yeah, so I got to get a better, I have to go get a pill organizer and all that stuff, and make sure that I do that better. So oh yeah, it snuck up on me, because normally I get the five, and I'm like, okay, but you ain't taking care of yourself right. This time it was like, whoa. um so um here's why. All their thought process is, oh, let's give you some steroids, because that'll make it, I ain't taking the steroids. So when they try to give me some, I go the natural route. I just stop. I make my smoothies with beets and spinach and everything. And what I said I'm going to do now is I'm going to do that 3 times a week anyway. Um, yeah. Well, you know what? Yeah, I refuse steroids. I'm never taking a steroid. I will not take them. Um, but what I am going to do is I am going to incorporate doing my smoothies 3 times a week all the time, because I got to stop just taking them when those times. If I do my smoothies 3 times a week, that'll help maintain my iron levels. And see, that's good, Michelle. But if I can do without them, hey, I'm doing without them. So I've been able to make it not. I've been able to not have to take them. I mean, I get them. If you need them, damn it, take them. But I have been able to figure out ways not to have to take them bitches. And what do you want, Malachi? By all means, do what you have to do for your health. And I always say, hey, I'm not here to tell anybody not to take care of their health the way they need to take care of it. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. I never, because when I was really actively, when my asthma was really bad, it was back in the 80s and early 90s. They weren't giving inhaled. They were just starting to do the inhaled steroids. And I started seeing how people blowing up in my little vanity, just like, fuck you, I'm not doing this. No, we're going to do it differently. But yeah, look at me. I look so glow, honey. I am just full of oil right now. My skin is just oily. So anyway, I have a confession. Confession time. That makes sense, Lisa. Yeah, I haven't been putting my oils like I normally do. So I got to get back on my oils. And, I go through cycles. Lisa, I'm sensing your judgment. I don't even want to share now because I sense your judgment. I feel judged already. I feel judged. And I'm trying to, have a moment with you all, and I feel judged. Okay, so let me tell you how this happened. There's always a story behind these things, though. There's always a story behind these things. Okay, let me just. So some of y'all know about the issue I have with Lancome right now, right? Oh, from Macy's too. Oh, you took advantage of that sale. Y'all know I had the. I did tell you. Another month of roofing over your head. Okay, I know that's right. Um, okay, confess my sins. Okay, so what happened was, okay, is it just me? But this is like what happens when something bad happens, like with one of your orders. In that moment, you feel the need to, feel better. So then you start ordering to feel better, to fix the one that was fucked up. Or is it just me? Am I the only person who does that? So anyway, so for the people who don't know, had an issue with Lancome. Lancome sent me the wrong. I done waited almost 3 weeks for this damn thing, and then they sent me the wrong one. Well, I mean, I stress shop too, but a lot of times my stress comes from these moments, or I just fucking. Okay, so anyway, for the people who don't know, and let me tell you something else. Somebody else I know who ordered the same thing, Lancome did the same thing to them. So anyway, open up the box. I'm all excited, and it's the wrong fucking perfume. And then I go and look, and then the perfume that I wanted is out of stock. So I'm like, this is about to be a month. So, which I got to contact them again tomorrow. So I spent Friday night trying to deal with this. I first called their, customer service. I sat on that damn line for over an hour. No one answered the phone. Right. So then I sent them an email. But then I said, oh, hell no, let me get on this online chat. I kid you not. I sat on that online chat for an hour and a half waiting to speak to somebody on online chat. I kid you not. So I had a lot of time on my hands. And I was really upset. So I in the process of waiting. Oh yeah, I kid you. Listen, this is how bad it was. I had the laptop open. I'm seeing like 30-minute wait time, right? That's what it first told me. That 30-minute wait time sat there for like 10, 15 minutes. Then it would update every once in a while. And it was like, so I literally, it said, it was like 10 to 15 minutes later, it said 25-minute wait time. What? Seriously. So it went from 30 minutes, it took about 10 to 15 minutes to give me another, to say it was 25 minutes. This kept going on. I refused to give up. So I just sat there and let it. So in the meantime, I did a few things. Right. And then when he finally answered, I have a transcript. I have a copy of the transcript. It took, in the beginning, he was barely answering me. So it was like, hello. And I'm like, hello, my name, I sat there for like 2 or 3 minutes waiting for him to respond, the person to respond. This went on from the beginning of, I was like, I had someone say, I'm very frustrated. I'm confused. Now I've sat here for over an hour and now you're barely speaking to me. What is going on? I'm like, then he was like, oh, I'm wrapping up another thing. Please give me a break. Please hold on. And then, he really did start working with me. But it was the most frustrating thing. So my frustration, I did a few things. Because see, what my plan was, I was going to tell them, when I saw that they gave me the wrong thing, I was going to return it, because I bought it at 25% off. They was at 30% off now. So I was just going to get them to refund my money, and then just going to order again when I saw that it was out of stock. That's what really pissed me off, because I was like, fuck. And I've been, it was a Maison Lancome. Y'all know I love that line. Y'all know I love that line. It's Maison Lancome. So, okay, I pre-bought one thing though. So here's a new thing I'm doing in this household. I invoice. I send invoices here because I ain't that grandmother. Don't ever think that. And B understands that about me, because that's what my mom used to do to me. I used to have to pay for shit for her to take care of the kids. It wasn't like she was like really like gouging me. But my mama used to play bingo. I had to pay for bingo. Oh, it's bingo night. Okay, here's your $25. So I am now invoicing them. So I invoiced them for the Guerlain Santal Royal that I wanted. So that's one thing I got, but that's really not out of my pocket. They're gonna pay me Brandon's gonna pay for that, because that's the main invoice. He got to pay for that one. Then I ordered amouage with this whole. It was all about the same pricing as the Lancome. So I was like, okay, I'm about to do a refund. So this is gonna take care of this. Okay, good. Okay. Yeah, every month I'm invoicing them a perfume. All right, so July they getting a big invoice because they getting married. Yeah, I invoice. I said I have a group chat with them on text chat, and I send them their invoices. B told them to say, "Oh, my mom ain't that one." No, this ain't free. I love G son, but you gonna give me Listen, listen. I love my G son, but we gonna understand. Yes, July's wedding time. Y'all gonna understand. As parents, you gonna understand that. I need. Just give me a treat once a month, because I do a lot. I cook. I help out. With G son. I need a treat every month. So it's an invoice. So I sent their May invoice out. I just started it. It was a May invoice. I'm trying to decide what I want for my June invoice. And look, he don't know it. He got to the 10th of the month. And then I'm about to send him I'm gonna send him a late invoice. Like, yes, I just need to let you know my invoice has not been taken care of. I'm just, hey. He don't know it yet. B gonna be like, my mama is insane. He gonna find out how insane I am. I'm just saying. Hey, you a grown man with a baby. Shit ain't cheap. You getting off. You ain't paying babies at you. Nah, she ain't gonna be surprised. She know who the fuck I am. I will never be that overbearing grandmother who tried to tell you what to do and how to raise your child. But I also ain't gonna be the one trying to raise your child either. Right. Well, here's what he's gonna get. He gonna get it on the 10th, and I'm gonna tell him, you get a grace period this month. Next month I might have to add on something. Thanks a lot. Okay, so anyway, so that's that. And then in the middle of the night, I started looking at the Aaron Lauder line on Nordstrom's. That's what I'm saying, Danny. It's $100 bottle of perfume. I find the deals. So it's a deal perfume. So I had to get it with the deal. See, that's what I'm saying, V. Thank you. So this is one of them. The other ones will be here tomorrow. So I bought a bunch of Aaron perfumes to try out. So we're gonna have the Aaron. Aaron is the granddaughter of Estee Lauder, and she has her own line. So I got a bunch of those. But that was just because they were already in my cart, and it was just like, fuck it, let's just go. Exactly. Yes. So I got one, and then I'll show y'all. So the rest are coming. So we're gonna have a airing night because I have like six. I always feel like I have to have six or more in order to do something like this. But anyway, and look at it's pretty. It's got the name on the back. So I bought a few travel sprays and I bought one full size because they didn't have it in the travel spray, the one I wanted. So I bought this. So I bought three travel sprays. I have two samples and then I got a full size. So we're gonna have an airing night. So I got those. And and see, okay, so I did this one for you all, and now this one I didn't pay for either. See this how this worked out. I talked to DJ. I talked to my son. So speaking of that, shouldn't that be coming today? Maybe it's coming tomorrow. So working on the decants, our decants list, and exactly. My mama would tell me no in a minute. No, I got plans. Um, so working on the decant list, right? So you remember I have the Banana Republic Dark Cherry and Amber. I am putting that on the decant list. There's some other Banana Republics that I've been dying to try, and I think they, to see because they got great notes, and I wanted to see about putting them on the decant list. So I talked to DJ, and he gave me the money to buy those. So, so those are paid for by DJ. So he bought So there's I have those coming too. So that's like 4 or 5. Nah. My mama had all the kids, but yeah. So that's what I did. So the damage really wasn't that bad. It was kind of bad, but not bad. But I still got a lot of shit coming. Oh my. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's the way it should be going down like that. Um, and so what else do I have coming? Oh, I bought a new from the decants. The decants bought my cocoa. I have a Mancera Wild Cherry coming. It should be in my box. So I have that coming. And then I bought Aura. So I bought those. So the decants did pay for some additional perfume. Hello, this is awesome. So the decants did pay for that. And so we will once I get some other new stuff in, there's gonna be a decant list night. So it's not all of it's coming out of my pocket. The errands are though, but I did this at Nordstrom, so I'll make payments on it. But yeah, so we will have a decant list night, and I will talk about all the perfumes that are available for on the decant list. Talk about them, and the decant list is only stuff that I really think I would want to wear, that I like to wear. So I'm not putting anything on the decant list just to be putting it on there. It has to be some of the stuff that I really like. So, and but then I did find this. Did I tell y'all? This is going on the decant list. I found Rasasi Jasmine Wisp, so y'all can try her out. So you all be able to try it out, because I was able to get another bottle. And I know where to get the bottles now, because it's sold out again on Fragrance Net. It came in on Fragrance Net. It sold out like that. But I found it someplace else. So, yeah. Their grandmothers were good. His mother was like the feeding grandmother. And plus, of course, she lived longer than Mama did. But Mama was, Mama was the fun one, because she watched it like, where did I find it? I found it on Amazon, actually. So yeah, I got another bottle coming, so that if you want to try it out, the decants will be coming, because I wasn't giving up this because I couldn't find it. But apparently they are making they've got more coming out. So yeah, we didn't use quite a bit of that. So right here now. So yeah, I got a whole bottle to decant. Yeah, I have to. Oh, see, luckily their grandparents are they're the only grandkids because his sister never had kids. So they're the only grandkids. So they've always been the grandkids. Right, exactly. Yeah, I'll put make sure because so I'm keeping these in for 2 weeks, y'all. I will say that this honey um leave-in is really good for stuff like this because my hair feels really hydrated. It's really staying in place better because I get a lot of flyaways and it feels really soft. Like even the braids themselves, they feel really soft and hydrated. So I like it for this kind of stuff. I can't use that for if I'm a braid it and pull it, just braid it out. Do I have to oil my scalp? Every once in a while I do, but my scalp it pretty much stays is pretty good. But I do every once in a while, or like if I'm doing 2 weeks, yes, I will be oiling the scalp. I add oil for my scalp, so I'll be oiling the scalp too in like a couple of days. Oh, okay. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, see, but my mom. Oh, did you? Um, my mom was gone when B was 5 and DJ was 3, so she's been gone a long time. But she always took care of them. But she took care of all her grandkids, so that wasn't one of those things that it was like, no, I'm not taking care of this one. A little Nobby lived with us. Yeah, see, summertime, yeah, that's a cool time. Yes, okay. Yeah, yeah. Um, One day when I'm making mine, Shell, I'll try to send you some. Remind me. I have to get a bottle to put it in. But one time I'll try to send you a little to try out because mine is olive oil with grapeseed oil. And actually, you could just make it. I should tell you how to make it right quick. Okay, you need to get you some olive oil, some grapeseed oil, and then add some aloe vera juice to it because I use fresh aloe vera and simmer it all together. So if you can get a piece of fresh aloe vera, you could do it like that. You just need some olive oil, grapeseed oil, and fresh aloe vera and cut it up into the oils and then simmer it a little bit. Hi, Lala, how are you? And then that's really good for your scalp, really good for your hair and scalp and everything. Right. Yeah. Oh, do you have? See, there you go. Gone, girl. See, I know you had an aloe plant too. So yeah, just cut it up. Take a nice size stalk, cut it up, and then take it to a simmer, and then stop it and let it steep, and then take the aloe vera out. Do some wonderful shit to your hair. Hi, hi. I haven't been doing jojoba oil as much. I do olive and grapeseed. And then I actually have jojoba too. I ain't gonna lie. I keep jojoba oil too. And usually when I make skin oils, my skin oil has jojoba in it. My oils that are for my body, a body oil when I make it, I usually put jojoba in it. I put rose hip seed. I put are they okay? I need to get some more. That's what I was about to do. I was about to go get some more plants. Oh, I saw this really um, jojoba, rosehip seed. What other stuff do I have in it? A bunch of other stuff. All right, y'all. I'm about to get off. I'm getting a little tired. It was good seeing you all. I'll do something this week at some point. It's just hopefully things calm down and life gets a little bit easier.
Ooh, hemp seed oil. That sounds good. Yeah. Yeah, I need to add the black castor back into it. Stay safe, babes. Stay healthy. And remember, let's take care of ourselves. Self care, self care, self care. It is quieter than it was last night. It really is. So it's quieting down. Yeah, ain't much left for them to take. Ain't much of it for them to take. Okay. So I can't do avocado oil. Right, the right on your lashes, on your front edges. I can't do avocado oil due to my, little uh, allergy to it. Did they? I'm glad they didn't get Tony's. Um, I need to get some mango butter. I have some whipped shea butter though. Whipped shea. Matter of fact, I need to put that on these elbows. All right, y'all. I'll lose this going on. Y'all have a great night. It was good seeing you all. Stay safe, stay healthy, and take care of yourselves. Self care is key. Self care is key. Good night.